Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. LoRosa is here as well. And we got some special guests in the building. We have Tisha Campbell and Melissa de Sousa.
What's up? Good morning. How y'all doing?
Operation Aunties.
Yes. Oh, my God.
It's safe to say the term auntie doesn't bother either one of y'all. Clearly.
It doesn't bother me. Melissa?
What about you?
I mean, you know,
No. I mean, I'm an aunt in real life. Okay. So, you know, it's a respect thing there. And I like that about it. I didn't like at first, like when you're like a certain age and you're doing a beautiful picture. Oh, go ahead, auntie. I feel like it's almost like it's taking it away. It's like, okay, auntie, trying to be sexy, trying to be cute. It's too late for you. But go ahead, girl. You know, it's too late for you. Is it too late? I mean, that's what it felt like. That's how they were saying it.
Make you have an asthma
but I had
attack.
to let it go. You know, I mean, because I'm doing a movie with the title. So I was like, oh, yeah, it's a thing of honor. It's
enduring.
It is.
You know, I like being an auntie.
Yeah. I do.
Now, Tisha, were you at Essence this weekend?
I was.
A friend of mine was no, he ain't saying he was doing anything. He said, he ain't saying nothing. But he's a little younger, and he was when he got back to the hotel, because we went out late, I didn't go to the show, but he seen you at the show, and he was like, guess who I was standing next to? I'm like, who? He was like, Tisha Campbell. He was like, Auntie was looking amazing.
I still like it.
Okay.
I said, did you holler? He said, I tried to flirt a little bit, but she wasn't acting with me.
I didn't remember none of that.
The mommy makeover had him.
Would you have got upset at that?
Or somebody was like, I just saw Melissa and Auntie was looking good. I wanted to get her number. Everything.
I mean, no. Listen, I'm fine with it now. I'm just saying, at first, it was really just used to like take back what someone was trying to do at a certain age. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you on that.
But you know what I'm saying? But now it's, you know, they're turning it around like as a respect,
it's sexy.
like unk. You know what I'm saying? So now
I think it's enduring. I love being able to be somebody's auntie.
Of course.
You know, somebody
you have a choice.
Somebody respect. I don't.
Did you complain about the title of the movie when you first saw it?
Oh God, no. Okay. I was I gotta work.
It was good.
It's like, oh yeah, I like the title. It's great. You know? No, I'm kidding.
Before we get to the movie, so does your son love the skits that you do with him online?
I know he be watching.
Because sometimes I look at your son and he be like, Ma, you embarrassing the hell out of me.
No, they absolutely love. Like, getting there is not fun. Like, guys, y'all want to post, but once we're in it, we're having so much fun, and it's time for me to like spend time with my kids. Yeah. But honestly, I was very, very like protective of my children, especially the one that's on the spectrum. Yes. And I didn't know whether this would be a good thing, but once Love on the Spectrum and the way that people embraced them, it just changed everything for me. And I was like, well, maybe it'll give him, it gives him so much confidence, y'all.
Yeah, that's good.
Now he's like, he likes when people like recognize him now, and he thinks he's funny. But I'll be like, I edited you funny. Stop playing. Stop playing.
They're not toys.
Now,
They are not toys, man.
They're not toys. But I really enjoy it now. I love it, and he's excited about it. As a matter of fact, we saw Chrisette Michelle at Essence, and it took her a second to come over to me, and she was like, I'm such a fan of Zen's. And I thought that was so dope. You know, she had just come out and talked about her own experience and challenges. And so I thought, yo, that is so dope. And we had a wonderful talk about it and what it's doing for his confidence and stuff. So it's dope.
It's funny that you say Love on the Spectrum. When I first saw it, I didn't know if I should be enjoying watching it or not.
It was so good.
But it's TV. Why wouldn't you enjoy it?
But it's so good. But it's like, it's just a different type of show. I love it.
What's different about it? It's just two people in love.
Right. But you know what? It's different because of the way that they love. They love this. They tell you exactly what they want, and that's how my son is. Like, you know, I just want him to find somebody. That's all right. We gonna find somebody for him.
There you go.
We gonna put out a call.
Well, the film that y'all are here for, Operation Aunties, how was it working together?
Oh, I love working with this one. We're both Libras.
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, we met years and years ago. We just never worked together. I
Right.
love her work, and I love everything she's done in her career. So it was like we were sisters at birth. You know what I mean?
You know, it was directed by Wendy Raquel Robinson.
And we both know her. I know her from a long time
known
ago.
her since the 90s, worked on Martin together and everything. But I knew I wanted to do it with her because I've always wanted to work with her. And then once she came on, I was like, "Oh, that's icing on the cake." So it's a great
We had a good time.
movie. We had a good time. It's like a cyber crime
comedy, drama.
Dramedy.
We giving you a little bit. It's all the things.
Yeah,
It's all the
things,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I love how it has like a message. Basically, without telling the movie, y'all are like exposing the black market of like sex trafficking and everything. It's really heavy in this climate right now.
Yeah,
or whatever,
it
right?
is.
So
And it's interesting to see black women in their greatness as well.
Yeah.
Like we are intelligent.
Yeah.
And she plays a professor and
And a tech genius.
And a tech genius.
which
so
I
it's nice to
so
see
far
us
from that.
in that realm too.
And y'all don't run away from those those traits in the movies. Like y'all are really strong. Y'all are like, how important was that to display on camera for y'all in this movie?
Well, really important because the whole thing is, am I giving away storyline?
No, go for it.
That we're taking them down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
We're
and
vigilantes.
not only that, but it was someone I loved almost got assaulted. So it was like, look, we can't wait. You know what I'm saying? So and I had the technology, which I like that part. Like, look, I'm still trying to learn how to work my iPhone, but this character, she was a tech genius and she's really smart. I love that. And then Tisha's a retired detective who comes back. I just like that we came together to bring these people down.
Conglomerate
So yeah, we
down.
had to be strong. I mean,
And Amaya Scott plays her niece, so
she's
it's
so
really
good.
nice.
amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did y'all have to develop like any special rituals or inside jokes to like build the chemistry?
No, it kind of
No.
came naturally.
Yeah.
She's
We just
already
click.
funny, and we clicked immediately. We had one meeting right before we started working, and that was it. We knew we were going to have a good time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Was it ever any part? Well, I mean, because it was still like humorous as well to me. But was it ever challenging? Because this is like a real life thing that women go through every day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Young women, children.
well, Tisha really went there in one of the scenes where something happens. And then something happens.
We can't give it away. But it's
and I was
not
like,
a lot of times that
I was like, okay, auntie.
No. You know what? A lot of
So I
times
was like,
people
okay,
just see
let's-
me do comedy
Yeah.
and they forget that I come from a dramatic place. So I'm able to do a lot of things in this. Able to, bring the drama and bring the comedy and
then
support her.
And just from my background, just as well as yours,
Yes,
I was like, let's improv a little bit before we do this scene because the scene comes in hot.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's improv outside before we go inside and bring it inside, which really helped drive the scene because we were already in the middle of something coming in.
Yeah.
So we just played, you know what I mean? And
it was
just
easy.
Yeah.
It was real easy.
Do y'all get stuck on the way movies are released now, or do y'all not mind? Like as far as streamings, big
and
releases,
box
whether it's
office, right.
Netflix or box office, do y'all get stuck on that or not too much?
I don't. The work is the work.
Check is a check.
The check is the check.
Yeah.
It's
I
still
mean,
coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's something you've
It is-
got to
it's
work out in your
different.
contract. It's like if it's not going to be released in a theater, whatever. I mean, it's not. We're not doing Mission Impossible right now, but you know what I mean. It makes a difference when it's those kind of films. I'm sure that's why they beef about that. But we got to go with the time. I mean, that's just what happens.
Yeah, you
we
got
don't
to
have a choice.
evolve.
Yeah.
You just have to evolve. Even, incorporating social media, it's your own publicist. You're your own publicist.
It's
now.
very true.
You have to do it. You have to evolve. And that's the one thing that I know, being in this business for 54 years now, you have to continue
Don't
to
whisper that. I don't
54
like how you-
years now.
Congratulations.
You look good. Hello.
Thank you. I've been doing this for 5 decades. No, but doing it for as long as I have, you have to reinvent yourself, and you have to go with the times. So you can't. If you fight it, that's your ass. You know what I
But
mean?
you're also timeless though. Like when you see people like Kai Cenat and Drewski at the BET Awards flipping out because
that
they
was so
saw you,
sweet.
that lets you know how timeless you are.
Yeah, thank
I
you
would
for
think
that.
so.
Thank you for that. Thanks.
Girl, I've been with you since before Little Shop of Horrors.
No, I used to watch your posts.
Like what?
I loved your posts.
Listen.
Gina did it first.
Yeah, period. Always been a fan. So
I love you.
I love even seeing you in this
for
film
real.
as well. Was it purpose though, right? Like, was it on purpose that y'all really didn't go into Amaya's character, right? So that was on purpose.
It was on purpose that we
Okay.
didn't call her Tran in the movie.
Yeah.
Yes, and she talks about it herself,
Yeah.
and it's better when she does because she loves the fact that she was just a person in the film and not anything else. So yeah, she purposefully did that.
Yeah.
Wrote it that way. TJ Ali wrote it that way.
And I love that even in the film, like she had said, my aunt has been with me since the beginning. You know what I mean? So it was good that it was a level of support and love there and just bringing awareness to that. You know what I mean? Because that's absolutely relatable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like sisterhood moments throughout the movie, but in real life, I was watching or reading something about Gabrielle Union at the Black Film Festival in Florida. She talked about how you saved her life because y'all just because of your relationship and you saw her and you really saw her.
It wasn't even that. It was more that when I first saw her coming into the business, I knew she was going to be great. And so in seeing that, I said, listen, Gab, this business got a lot of ups and downs. So let me pay for your first 10 therapy sessions.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So that you can get yourself into a good place and be in a safe space because it's ugly out there. It's uglier than you think. And I just wanted her to be, I just wanted to support however I could because I knew she was going to be great.
And what was this, the 90s? Early 2000s?
Early 2000s.
Wow. So
And
you
it was
was
before she was even big.
She was making a name for herself.
Yeah,
she was out there. She was not the Gabrielle Union that we know of today, but she was still doing a lot of stuff. And I when I see somebody that is going to be in this business, it's just it's a lot. It can be a lot. And y'all see the ups and downs. Y'all talk about it every single day. I just love to support my sisters in this.
That's
you know,
amazing.
and I grew up like that with Tashina, and you know, that's how we are.
But what
Who
got you in that
introduced
headspace?
Who introduced you to therapy?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what got you into that headspace?
Like who told you, you know what, you should go to therapy because this business is hard? Because that's a great
Nobody
thing to
told
pass
me
on.
that.
Okay.
I had to figure that out, and that was in the 90s. I started figuring out, oh, you know what? I'm sorry, let me take that back. It was my acting coach, actually. His name is Howard Fine. I started going to him at 18 years old. Yeah, we love Howard.
Wow.
So Howard was always like, listen, I'm not your therapist. I think you have to always do two things. You have to seek therapy because what we do is not it's not healthy to a certain extent. Like most people, when you're crying or when you're dealing with certain things, you stay away from it. But we embrace it and we use it for our job.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? So he said, you have to do therapy and you have to do charity work because you have to get outside of yourself and not look at, like, you know, you get outside of yourself.
Yeah.
And you're not the end all be all. And there are things that are bigger than you.
I agree.
So that's what he always instilled in me. And so since 18 years old, I started going to therapy.
That's amazing. Because she talked about that too, just like from you learning how to decentralize herself to give to other people.
Yeah.
People don't just do that for no reason. Like that's
No, I want people to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want people to win. I want us all to win. You know, and it may be on different levels, but you know, let's do it the most healthy way we possibly can.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. So, how did that help you? Because you know you went through a divorce, and if I read correctly, they said you had $7 left in your name. Is that true?
That's true. Actually, no. The story was I had $21 in my pocket, and a knife cost $7, and I wanted to pay for the knife, but it was Christmas, and I had a choice to try to get some extra toys for my kids at the Rite Aid or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how did that work that you had done early on yourself help you in that moment?
Well, I believe that I always had really good relationships. And I forged really good relationships. And the one thing that I held on to right there was what God gave me. And what God gave me was my talent and my ability to reach people and to have good relationships. It was the one thing nobody could take away. And so with therapy, that's how and really good friends and weeding out all the others, I'm here today and I'm really happy.
Wow.
You look happy.
Yes.
You come in glowing.
Thank
You're beautiful.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Are you back up now, or did Melissa have to pay for that Starbucks?
No. I believe it was her publicist that paid for my Starbucks today.
Yes.
But we good now.
the
Good,
publicist
good,
came in
good.
with flowers. Y'all got great publicists.
Yes.
My publicist
That's
brought
my
you guys
girl.
flowers.
If
Question.
you want to pay for my therapy, I'm open to that.
I will.
Okay.
Don't
Listen,
play
like,
with
you ain't
me.
never
I
recommend
will.
me no therapy.
It's a little more expensive now. It's a little more
Yeah,
expensive
what's
now.
your problem?
I have a question for you though, because I know during that time that he was just talking about with the divorce, you were going through a lot financially. You just talked about that, right? There was the bankruptcy that you guys finally closed. I think that was like 6 months ago.
Right.
in your healing journey, do things like that, like closing the case and being able to move on, actually help you to move on, or no, because you still have to talk about it?
I think it's a lifetime of stuff, and I don't really understand how we went through the bankruptcy, honestly, but that I was kind of separated from it, so I don't really know how we got through it, but it really is just taking yourself outside of it and keep it moving forward. I just move forward. I got kids, man.
Right.
I got two kids. One has ADHD. The other one got autism. Two separate issues. And I just keep moving forward.
You still got a career. You still got other things that you have to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I can't look backwards. I can't.
Yeah.
So I just don't.
It has to be difficult too, because since you're such a celebrity, such a face on television, people don't understand what you go through. They be like, "Nah, she got it. I just seen her on TV last week.
Right.
Nah, she got it. I just seen another replay." Like,
Yeah.
I know you had to deal with that. That had to be difficult.
Not really. I don't really pay attention to the crowd noise. I can't. I can't afford it. And the way that I look at life, it's like a football game. Like, whoever's on the field running with me and got that ball with me or running the field with me, I'm good. I don't pay attention to the cheerleaders. Those the fake friends. I don't pay attention to the crowd noise, because they're there. That's their job, to boo and to cheer. So I can't pay attention to any of it. I have to just block it out and keep moving forward.
I love that.
Yeah.
This is my last question about the movie. I know y'all gotta go.
No, it's not
Because y'all got press and stuff.
Yeah.
Look, how did y'all find out or decide what roles y'all were gonna take? Like, how did you know, like, the tech roles for you, and why? You know,
I
like,
felt sorry for Melissa with that shit.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, look, that was all that was left.
No, not at all.
No. Tisha was already signed on. Like,
Got it.
I feel like, was it like a year? And then it went away and then came
it
back?
went away, came back.
Yeah.
Then I think Wendy was busy, and then she came
Yeah.
back, because I was doing it because of Wendy.
Yeah.
And once she came back, I was like, okay, I'll sign on right now.
So that
Got
role
you.
was there. So I signed on because Wendy, I knew we did like Miss Congeniality together
Yes.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
Then Tisha, and I was like, okay, well, I definitely want to do it because I want to work with both of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't like, oh, I want to play a tech person that has to say all this stuff that I can't remember.
Yeah.
But I thought I was interested in it because of that, because I liked, you know, seeing a woman of color playing this, like, you know, she's
Brilliant.
like she's like a Steve Jobs, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Like,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
invented software, and, you know, and she's like good at the computer, you know what I mean? Everything that I'm not. So I liked
But
it.
she was brilliant.
I
she
liked
really
it.
was.
And I just
She
liked
really
it.
executed it
Oh,
greatly.
thank you.
Honestly,
I
yes.
mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, sometimes that I had them put
What
my
you whispering for?
I know, right. I'm sorry. Right. I'm on air. Okay, but you know, like, sometimes my lines had to be, because I could not. It just wouldn't stick. It was just
Yeah.
like cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. I you know,
Challenging.
it was a lot of
really
words that I
challenging
just
for
had never used before. I don't know anything about that stuff, so I had to look it up and stuff like that. But you know, it was hard to remember.
Yeah. That's
But
what's
it's
up,
still, you know, it's still the show. It's still rooted. The movie is still rooted in story and
Yeah.
heart, and it has heart
Yeah,
and
it does.
comedy and everything. So I like that. You still get to learn and see that there are Black women that are just as brilliant as Steve Jobs.
Mm-hmm. This is the Taken, but the female version of Taken.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh
Love
yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what it
Yes,
is.
yes.
I gotta do that.
Now, Tisha, question for you, because you talking about story. You open book. You talked about your mommy makeover.
I did.
BET Awards. What was your decision to open up about that? Why?
It was the deal that I made with Cosmic Hair. I sat down with them and I was like, I have to be honest with my stuff. And really, let me tell you what it actually came up, because sometimes I just say my kids and I needed a mommy makeover, but I have sarcoidosis, or was diagnosed with sarcoidosis, which is a genetic lung disorder, right? And so they put you on a lot of steroids. And after I lost the weight in a healthy way, it took a long time, but it left me with a lot of extra meat down there. So I was like, you know what? It's time for a mommy makeover. I got me a nice tummy tuck. I got it lifted. I got some lift. Right? So that's why I you know, and I'm an open book. So I wanted to talk about it, because a mommy makeover isn't for everybody, but it was for me at that moment. And I wanted to feel good about myself.
And baby, that burgundy.
What?
Yes.
From
I
the
saw
hair
yours.
to
Yes.
the shoes. It was looking good, baby.
Yes,
So,
giving
thank
Marvel.
you.
You also said then too that you weren't dating right now because you just it's still the same.
Yeah.
Because the mommy makeover, look, the friends is
That's
trying to stand
all right.
next to you at the concert.
I like being by myself.
We got some young guys for you, some young boys for
I
you.
don't want hit.
Baby,
That's all that hit on me is 21-year-olds anyway. I don't want hit.
it's giving one waist.
Yeah, okay. For me. I'm good. I don't want no haps. I love this feeling.
That's right.
Yes. I don't have to talk. No.
Well, you see, I love the spirit. Is
Yeah,
there a
thank you.
timeline on that for me? Like, is
Ain't
it like
no
a
timeline. Listen, if I need a situationship, I'll give me a situationship. Listen,
you.
auntie, you know, she gonna do what she gonna do. Yeah, but
Don't do it with the young boy. They like to pull out cameras.
oh no.
Yeah.
See, that's that bullshit. That's why I'm
That's
not
what I'm
seeing-
saying.
That's
Exactly.
why I'm not messing with them.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. Just even talking to someone on the phone, you don't know who's recording
That's
what.
right.
Just and you know what? If you don't want somebody to know something or hear something, just don't say it. You know, you really have to be careful these days.
That's
you
so
just
true.
Everybody, that's the new thing. Let me record whoever and make some money off of that later. Let me just
Yeah,
put
that's
that in the
messed up.
library in the vault, and I'm gonna bring it out 10 years later when you ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? It's just
My friend told me, she was like, you know, Tisha, you're not marriage material. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so marriage material.
What?
Yes, she
Oh, no.
said that.
You gotta explain
No,
that
she
one.
know- she know you better than us.
Yeah,
I
why,
believe.
why'd you say that?
She said that because she was like, guys just want to mess with Gina. They don't want to, you know, right now, that's all they see. They want to be with Gina.
That's
they
true.
don't want to be
Right.
with you. And I was like, oh, that's messed up.
I don't believe that though.
That
Maybe,
happens?
maybe the young boys. I can see the young boys
Young
doing
boys
that,
know
recording
Gina.
you like, yo, guess what? I just hit Gina. Like, you know what I mean? But that, not. I can't see nobody grown. Doing
You would
that
know
like
better
that.
than us. So
No, they do.
Is that what is people
Really?
approaching
I
you talking
don't
about
know
Gina?
because I listen. When people flirt with me, I get nervous anyway.
For
because
real?
listen, let me tell you, because I was in a 27-year relationship, marriage, committed. So I don't know nothing about
I got you.
newfangled anything. So yeah. Oh, I have you in my stand-up act. I'm doing stand-up now. Too.
Yes. About time, Gina.
Yes,
time.
yes, I do. I talk about something that a moment we had on the game show. Yes, I'll tell you later.
Oh, no, don't try to
How was
fake
it? 'Cause I
back.
know what you said. Was it a long time ago?
Okay, I want to hear it.
If it was a long time ago, it was some vintage something.
It was funny.
You know.
It was funny.
So your
It was
DMs
something
is
you said
popping.
to
So the
me.
young boys are all over your DMs.
Yeah, I want to see that.
Stay away from them.
I am.
Yes.
I'm staying away from it all.
They gonna
I'm
have you on the
good right
gram
now.
now.
So that video you moving them hips and that dance video that went viral.
What dance video?
You didn't see the video, you?
What happened?
I
It
don't
was
know.
a good. It was a good
She
video.
was like,
She was a
"Go
great
back
video.
down."
No,
Yeah, it was a good video. You were just dancing and enjoying your time, but like you was having a good time.
She was getting it.
Oh no, that was doing house music.
Yeah, but
I
you
know
was
we was
going
at
off.
the
You was
Johnny
going
Gill.
off.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, they gotta go.
Melissa,
guys.
Melissa,
I know
you too.
one last. I know her
everybody
too,
just
right?
they just think I'm Shelby in real. They just it won't go away.
Damn.
But
we
then they meet
love-
me and they're like,
Sexy
But
though.
we love Shelby.
I know,
y'all.
but
Shelby.
they're like scared, but they want it, but they're scared, or they think I'm gonna be mean.
They don't approach you.
Oh God, all the time.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that comes out of their. Oh, they're calling me that. Shelby on the street. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whenever they meet me, they're like, "Oh my God, you're so nice." You know what I mean? They just expect me to be.
that feisty.
Yeah,
that-
they
She's
just
very
can't.
demure.
They can't separate it. They
And
just.
she's
She
a
is
great
very
actress
demure.
because that's what that means. She's
That's
a great
right, that
actress.
part, that
But
part.
look, speaking of that, Heather Burns said that she would be down for Miss Congeniality 3.
Oh
Would
yeah,
you?
so would I.
If
I
they
mean,
come down to you with
that
it?
was one of the best experiences of my career, and it was very early on.
Yep.
And it just shows, like, Cassandra Bullock is just the nicest person, and the people I was working with, they were just all kind. And you don't really. We were down there for like 3 months, and we were all young, and we all got along, and it was such a nice experience, and we had so much fun. But I would totally want to do
thought it
a
was
third
dope.
one. I mean, if they come up with a story, I'm ready. I'm
All right.
ready. Yeah, it was fun. I would love to do that.
We need that.
And
Yeah.
is it true, Tisha, you just started watching Martin 5 years ago?
Crazy.
Yes, because a lot of the millennials and the Gen Zs that are just kind of getting to know it, they quote shit at me. I don't know what the fuck they talking about.
What you mean?
So okay, let me
What?
back
Like
up.
what?
No, but that was like in the 90s. That was 30-something years ago. But so that you have some like content.
Jesus Christ, that was 30 years
That was
ago.
30 years ago.
That's crazy.
But
I
like,
know.
if so that you have content, like I said, like me and Tashina, we grew up as Broadway kids, and you're only as good as your last job. So we don't look backwards. We're not in the present. We're always looking at what's the next gig.
Got it.
So it trained us not to watch our own work. So I don't watch my own work. My kids never watch my work unless somebody snuck it to them. Oh, that's why my youngest calls me Gina. He don't call me mommy.
Damn.
He don't call me mommy. If he call me mommy, it's something wrong. But that's another reason why I never watched the Martin show. But because people kept quoting shit at me, like my friend, she kept saying, "Look at the white shoes. Look at the white shoes." I was like, "What are you talking about?" She was like, "That's from Martin. Look at the Jerome and look at the white
Yes.
shoes." And I was like, that was an inside joke that nobody was supposed to know because Martin would never let us see his outfits but Jerome or Shanae. And so when he came through the door and he was like, look at the white shoes. He was telling me and Tashina to look at the white shoes, not our characters. But it became like this thing that we didn't know it was. So because they kept quoting stuff at me, I started watching it.
So
and it's funny.
How did you perfect your craft when you didn't observe your work?
Oh, that's more like for like football players, basketball players. They do that.
She said, "No, don't play with me. I know. I do that."
No. You kind of just we're under Howard Fine. We have the Uta Hagen, Stanislavski, and all that stuff. The technical stuff.
So you never watched My Wife and Kids either?
No. My kids don't like watching it because they say I yell at those kids like I yell at them.
Okay.
It's triggering. They won't let me watch it. So they're like, ain't no, that's too much. They look at it like this.
Oh, man.
That's hilarious.
So I don't like it.
And I love what you and Melissa have with Operation Aunties, but I really want to see you and Tashina do some type of buddy comedy.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like,
That'd be good.
there's nobody representing for our age group.
Things are happening.
Okay.
I cannot talk about it.
Nice.
Things are happening.
Okay.
That's all we need.
Movie, TV show.
I can't tell you.
Okay.
All right. Are y'all still casting?
But we are working on some things together.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ain't hear Jess? She said.
No, she ain't.
Jess
Don't bring it back.
Are y'all still casting? Yes.
Okay.
See,
all
I
right.
helped you out.
So she ain't- all right,
Don't
thank
play with me.
I'm not playing with you.
Okay.
I'm not, girl.
Okay.
I'm not playing. I'm there.
Can I get your number?
Because I'm still here. Yes, I will give you the number right after this is over.
All
Yes.
right. Operation Aunties comes out on the 11th. We appreciate
This
you ladies
Friday.
for joining us.
Yes,
Tisha
thank you
Campbell,
guys.
Thank you,
Melissa
guys.
Sousa.
Love y'all
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you so
Coming
much.
in.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.